Hi everybody. Good afternoon. Today I'm here with another reading progress video. The first book I wanted to talk about today is The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score. Sorry that the cover is titled The Interlibrary Loan Slip has to stay on. I'm not allowed to take it off. So this story is about a home improvement show that comes to this small town, and the guy who is the owner of the bed and breakfast doesn't want the hype surrounding this reality TV show because it's going to be a bad influence on his daughter. I'm only on chapter 17, and the relationship is just building up to the strong point now. I'm on chapter 17, page 122. Lucy Score, Emily Henry, and Abby Jimenez have an amazing talent with writing banter, and that's what I like the best about all of their books. The next book that I'm doing is another reread. I am rereading Euphoria by Lily King for the third time, and I'm hoping to take better notes on it than I have the past couple of times, so I can thoroughly answer the questions at the end. The next book is a anthology of stories by James Baldwin. It's early novels and stories, and I'm reading the first two stories. I finished Go Tell It on the Mountain yesterday, and I'm starting Giovanni's Room later tonight. Giovanni's Room was recommended to me by, I believe, With Cindy and Carrie Can Reads. So I can't wait to read that one. The next book is Adrienne Young's new release, which I just started a little while ago, and it's called A Sea of Unspoken Things, and I really loved her other adult mystery book, Spells for Forgetting. So I really love how the atmosphere is being built up. I'm only on chapter 7 right now, and I'm really enjoying it. The next book is another reread. It's Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. I read this in May 2024, and it's about a couple who is getting divorced who still have to work together because they own a bakery, and it's about how their kids deal with the divorce. My least favorite character is the youngest daughter, Deja. She's supposed to be 10, and I think she's a huge brat. I really love Kennedy Ryan's writing style, and the reason why I'm rereading this book is because the third book in the series is coming out in March, and it's the story of Hendrix. This first book is Yasmin's story, and the second book is from Yasmin's story, Yasmin's point of view. The next book I'm reading was recommended to me by Olive at A Book Olive, one of her many recommendations. This is Carrie Fisher's biography of when she was in Star Wars. So, as somebody who really is starting to first get into Star Wars, what makes this memoir interesting is the behind-the-scenes insight she gives into making the movie. I am on page 49. The next book is yet another reread. It's called Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. So I have not read last year's sequel to this book, The Map of the Other Lands, yet. That's on reserve at the library, along with the upcoming third book and final book in the series. Emily Wilde and the Compendium of All Things, which is coming out February 11th. So I think I'm going to just do a separate standalone video that reviews all the books in these series. And right now in my reread, I am on page 200. The next book is another book that is recommended to me by Olive. This is a biography of A'ja Wilson, who plays for the WNBA team, the Las Vegas Aces. And I decided to read it because I love basketball. It's one of my favorite sports besides ice hockey. And so far I really like Asia Wilson's writing and the book and the advice that she is giving throughout each chapter. Right now I'm on chapter 7. The next book I'm reading is The Hunting Party by Lucy Foley. I read my first Lucy Foley book last January. It's called The Guest List, and this is set at a ski lodge on New Year's Eve. I decided to read it because the TV show is going to be released on NBC on February 6th. And since I had never read the book, I decided I might as well read it to prepare myself for the TV show, just to see how things are going to be brought to life on screen, and I'm really excited. Right now in this book, I am on chapter 28, page 173. So I have been watching a series of videos on Books and Lala's channel where she reread her childhood favorites. And I decided to do my own little experiment of this because in particular, this book, Ella Enchanted, by Gail Carson Levine. This came out in 1997 during when Friends was on, and I am doing a subset to my From Manhattan to Stars Hollow TBR, where I read books that came out each year that Friends and Gilmore Girls was on from 1994 to 2007. And as I said, this book came out in 1997. It's a YA novel that is a modern retelling for that time period of Cinderella. And the movie of this came out a couple of years later, and it stars my favorite actress ever, one of them anyway, Anne Hathaway, who is also in The Princess Diaries, and she is also in the movie adaptation of Verity that by Colleen Hoover that's coming out later this year, which I'm really excited to see. The next two books are by my favorite author of the time, Judy Blume, and I remember when I was a kid first reading this. I was in 4th or 5th grade. So I was like, let's see, that was like 1995, 1996. So, yeah, I was in middle school. And I remember especially connecting to the character in this book because she was bullied. She's bullied because of her weight, and the kids in her class call her blubber. And I don't think the fat phobia in either of these two books has aged well in the current times we're in. This book also lacks from being told from one perspective. I think if it had also had Linda's point of view in it too, it would have been better. It only has one point of view, and that's the person of the girl that does the bullying, which is good because you kind of get to see, like, what goes inside the mind of a popular kid. But, yeah, I really wish that this book had done better with having more than one perspective. The last Judy Blume book that I want to talk to you about today is Just As Long As We're Together. I read this about the same time that I read Blubber, and I also read the sequel, Here's to You, Rachel Robinson, at the same time too. So I remember when I first read this book, I really enjoyed the friendship dynamic between our three lead characters who are all in 7th grade. Their names are Rachel Robinson, Stephanie Hirsch, and Allison Monsiu. Allison is Asian, and she is the daughter of a famous movie star named Gina Farrell, who I don't know if Judy Blume named her after she named this character after Gina Davis, but that's the vibe I kind of get. But anyway, this book also has fat phobia in it because the lead character, Stephanie, is overweight, and people call her El Chunko. Her family isn't really, well, her mother is kind of helpful in encouraging her to lose weight, but like her younger brother is really mean to her about her weight and like criticizes her for eating too many donuts. And like there's miscommunication here because Rachel and Stephanie get into a fight that's really stupid that lasts like a month or something, and it's so dumb. So the only character in this friendship group that I liked is Allison, because Rachel is a perfectionist and Stephanie is a brat. So if this book were to come out with a sequel today, I would like to see like how Stephanie and Allison, first of all, I would like to see if Stephanie, Allison, and Rachel are still friends. And then I would like to next see how fat phobia is dealt with, because that's handled okay in this book, a little bit better than in Blubber. Another thing, another piece of media that I've talked about before where fat phobia is handled poorly is Friends. And I wish that whole situation with Monica's weight had been treated better and with more respect, because even this happens in the video when this happens in the episode where they're watching the video of Monica and Rachel's senior prom, and like even Chandler was really mean to her at that time because of her weight. And this topic also comes up again in season 7 in the episode where Monica has to choose between Phoebe and Rachel for her maid of honor, because Phoebe, Rachel, and Monica are all to lunch, and they run into this person who used to know Chandler when he was younger, and Monica finds out that Chandler broke up with this girl, Julie, not Ross's girlfriend, Julie, a different girl named Julie, at summer camp because she was fat. And then they have this whole conversation, and Monica says, "What would you do if I gained a whole lot of weight? Or are you going to make fun of me when I when I gain all the fat from having a baby?" And I mean, this set of dialogue between Matthew Perry and Courtney Cox is so sweet, especially the part where Chandler says to Monica, "Even if you shrunk down to a small size, I would be able to put you right in my pocket." So that's today's reading update. I'm going to be back later on with another video where I review Neither Here Nor There by Bill Bryson. And I will see you guys later. Have a great day.